Since the dawn of time, humanity has asked questions about its origins. Who were the first people? How did civilization begin? And what secrets lie hidden in the earliest pages of the Bible? Most people, when they think of Adam and Eve, recall familiar stories. The forbidden fruit, the exile from Eden, the murder of Abel at the hands of Cain, and the birth of Seth, the son through whom the line of worshippers continued. But buried in Scripture, almost invisible, lies a mystery rarely spoken of, the mystery of Adam and Eve's daughters. Who were these daughters? What were their names? What role did they play in shaping the destiny of humankind? The Bible speaks of them briefly, almost in passing, and yet ancient traditions, apocryphal writings, and historical reflections reveal a much larger story. Tonight, we uncover the forgotten history of the daughters of Adam and Eve. So settle in, because this is a journey through Scripture, tradition, and time itself, a journey into the untold. In the book of Genesis, chapter 5, verses 4 and 5, we find a striking clue. It says that after Adam fathered Seth, he lived 800 more years and had sons and daughters. The text does not name these daughters. It does not list their number. It merely states their existence, like shadows standing just outside the spotlight. And yet, without them, humanity could not have continued. The daughters of Adam and Eve are the hidden mothers of us all. Their names may be missing in the canonical Bible, but they echo in ancient texts such as the Book of Jubilees, the Cave of Treasures, and other early writings, once revered among the Israelites and even preserved by early Christians. One of these names is Avan, sometimes called Kelima in other traditions. Avan is described as the daughter of Adam and Eve and the wife of her brother Cain. To us today, such a union may seem strange, even unthinkable. But in the earliest days of humanity, it was a necessity. With only one family on earth, brothers and sisters married, becoming both siblings and spouses, so that life could multiply. Avan bore Cain children, among them Enoch, after whom Cain built a city. Imagine it, the first city in history, the first walls rising from the earth, the first streets and dwellings, all dedicated to a child of Adam and Eve's daughter. When we think of Cain, we remember the mark of the murderer. But through Avan, Cain was also remembered as a builder, a founder of human civilization. Then there is Azura, another daughter of Adam and Eve. According to the Book of Jubilees, Azura was first given to Abel as his wife. But after Abel's tragic death, she became the wife of Seth, the son born to Adam and Eve, as compensation for their loss. Through Azura, the line of Seth continued, and their son Enos was born. Scripture tells us that in the days of Enos, men began to call upon the name of the Lord. This moment, this spiritual awakening, is tied directly to the union of Seth and Azura. Without her, that lineage of worship might never have begun. It is remarkable how these daughters stand at the fork of human destiny. Cain's line through Avan became known for city building, artistry, and human ingenuity. Seth's line through Azura became known for faith, devotion, and righteousness. Two daughters, two paths for humanity, two streams flowing from the same river of creation. But how many daughters were there? The Bible leaves the number unspecified. Yet ancient Jewish tradition gives us more. According to some accounts, Adam and Eve had 33 sons and 23 daughters, 56 children in all. Other traditions speculate far more, suggesting dozens upon dozens of children born across the 9 centuries of Adam's life. And when we consider Eve's role, the picture grows even more astonishing. Modern history records the most fertile woman we know, Valentina Vassilieva, who bore 69 children in the 18th century. So if one woman in less than a century could bring forth such a number, what of Eve, who lived nearly 10 times as long? Ancient interpreters believed she must have borne hundreds of children, making her not only the first woman, but the most fertile mother in human history. Every tribe, every tongue, every people, according to Scripture, all trace back to her womb. This leads us to an even deeper mystery. The daughters of Adam and Eve may have carried within them the seeds of human diversity. Some traditions suggest that Adam and Eve themselves were of varied appearance, possessing within their bodies the genetic potential for all races and ethnicities. Their sons and daughters, therefore, bore different traits, features that would one day blossom into the diversity we see across the world today. Modern science offers an echo of this idea. Through mitochondrial DNA studies, scientists have traced humanity back to what they call mitochondrial Eve, a woman who lived thousands of years ago and from whom all living humans descend. Though the scientific Eve is not identical to the biblical Eve, the parallel is powerful. In both science and scripture, humanity shares a common mother. But the story of Adam and Eve's daughters does not end with Avan and Azura. The Book of Jubilees continues, naming the wives of patriarchs in the line from Adam to Noah. Kenan, the son of Enos, married his sister Mualileth. Jared took Baraka as his wife, whose very name means blessing. From her came Enoch, the man who walked with God and was taken into heaven. Behind Methuselah, the longest living man in Scripture, was another daughter of Adam and Eve's line. Behind Lamech, the father of Noah, was another. And behind Noah's own wife, though unnamed in Genesis, stood a lineage stretching back to the very beginning. Do you see the pattern? Every milestone in early biblical history, every turning point, every generation, was carried forward not only by the men whose names are written, but by the women whose names are often left out. Without these daughters, there would be no Enoch, no Noah, no Abraham, no Israel. This silence raises questions. Why are the daughters so rarely mentioned? Was it the patriarchal culture of the time focused on fathers and sons, or was it something deeper, a divine mystery left for us to ponder? The silence invites us to seek, to dig into traditions, to rediscover what was lost. And when we do, we find that the daughters were not passive figures. Ancient commentary suggests that they were storytellers, passing down the memory of Eden to their children. They were preservers of tradition, singing the first songs of worship, teaching the first prayers, guiding the first communities. If Seth's line was known for devotion, surely it was the mothers who taught their children to call upon the name of the Lord. Even in Islamic tradition, we find echoes of this story. Early Muslim historians spoke of Adam and Eve's children being born in pairs, one boy, one girl. The boy from one birth would marry the girl from another, ensuring the spread of humanity. This matches the rabbinic traditions of twin marriages, where each son was born with a twin sister destined to become his wife. Across Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the memory of Adam and Eve's daughters lingers, preserved in fragments across faiths. Consider the symbolic weight of their names. Avan, whose name can mean potency or vice, reflects the tension within Cain's line, brilliant yet fallen, creative yet corrupted. Azura, meaning brightness or blue, reflects purity, hope, and continuity. Baraka, meaning blessing, is remembered as the mother of Enoch, the man who walked so closely with God that he did not die. The names of the daughters tell us more than history. They tell us destiny. Through them, humanity was carried from Eden to the flood, from the fall to the covenant, from creation to the brink of destruction and renewal. Their influence is hidden but immeasurable.